This is a video to encourage people to truly go on this journey inwards with full commitment, not like 50%, 60%, 90%, but not even 99, but 100%. Confidently, fully willing to transform and take whatever it takes and however long it takes and how much effort it takes to walk in your truest path so that you can enjoy the true joy of life that's available and is granted for you, but you can't experience because you have not done enough internal work. And this is something I want to focus on, the practical matters of life, because I just realized there's so many people who don't understand, or who have a lot of doubts or questions, or just ignorance that feeds them fear as to what the spiritual journey is all about and what is this internal soul work is all about and how is it helpful, this, that, so many questions and doubts and that worries that tie you to your practical physical world here. And this would be a terrible thing. The worry would be monumental, especially for someone who also have more responsibilities in the form of families and debts and lot of financial obligations in this world, which you have gotten into for right reasons or wrong reasons, doesn't matter. And this would be a real big encouraging information for you, because God will make sure that you are provided for. When you are going through that journey, when you are fully committed to it, when you are doing things the right way, with your heart and morality and everything intact, and no filthy intentions, and just wanting to grow and develop and be your best version, and work so hard, it doesn't matter how hard it is or how long it takes, because you will never see the end of the road until you see the end of the road, and it's going to take a long time. Okay. And in order not to drive yourself into straight on panic and breakdown when you're down that path, when you look at your physical world, this would help you, because God really is gonna make sure you are provided for. It will depend on your level of commitment and how far you are willing to go to commit to the right path. This is for sure, because one thing about the world around you, which is of devils, which is of the evil and negativity, is the message they give you is spirituality is opposite to physical world, which is very wrong, and very misleading and very ignorant, and it was deliberately that information was deliberately misconstrued to create that kind of fear and worry for people who don't understand or accept the non-physical nature of this life. But the beauty is, see, spiritually rich is equal to materially rich, period. Because everything in the physical world is only a result of what you have done in the spiritual and soul level. Spiritual level, heavenly level is the higher level, and from where you do the right work, it's from there, and from there it will all come into your life in the physical world. It's equivalent, it's not opposite. But the devil is a deceiver, is a liar, is a trickster, is a cheat, is a thief, is a murderer. So what this world tells you is, going into spiritual journey is gonna throw you into the brink of poverty and bankruptcy, and you will not be able to live your life, provide for yourself or your family or any other debts that you are here to pay for, karmic and physical, financial and otherwise. And they will scare you into not going there, and you would fall for it, because the information is not given to you the right way. The right information was not given to you in the first place. God will provide for you. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. When you are in the spiritual journey, because see, spiritually you have to evolve enough to make your life better in the physical world. It is equivalent. It's this physical world for you is a reflection of what you are doing on a spiritual level. That is why they have to constrict and confine you into a very limited spiritual and soul growth, like I already mentioned in all the previous videos. It's for their benefit, because if you grow spiritually, they won't be able to feed off of you, which also means you are going to step into what it means to be truly spiritually committed and be blessed that way, and you begin to see the results of it in the physical world. Okay, it's not just about money I'm talking about. In the material world, this is material world. So in order to prevent you to even take that chance, that's another why they create this huge illusion by saying this is opposite, spirit is opposite to material. No, it's not opposite. It's perfect reflection. What happens in the higher realms will come down in the physical world. So what is your soul and spiritual growth and maturity and power and capacity in the spirit? That is what you will reap the benefits of it in the physical world. If your soul maturity level is low, your level of quality of life and material wealth and other comforts in your life will also be on that level, equivalent to that. The bigger problem is this world is throwing the evil spirits are throwing their negativity and burdens and karmas onto you, the narcissists and these deranged energies, by making it extra burdensome, and also twisting the narrative around by saying you that spiritual journey and soul journey is a problem, because if you do that, your physical world goes to shatters. And there is a lot of fear around that idea, and there's a lot of manipulation around that. And it was deliberately created. Even those people who claim to be in spiritual journey always brainwash you into thinking this is the truth. But you see, these people they look a certain way because they want to give that look. Appearances don't mean anything. With all the beards or with the white clothes and with the turbans and all that, ladies or gentlemen, whoever it is, they give you that illusion that you have to live that way, which is very, very, very wrong. You don't have to. No. Again, it's an illusion of this world created by the evil. Number 2, although they claim spirituality is about letting go of material bullshit and all material needs and all this crap being sold to you, if you look at their own lives, they are sexual perverts, they steal from people, they live rich lives, and they carefully orchestrate their messages, tailor their messages and public appearances around those concepts as if nobody has to ask questions around that wealth aspect. And they pretend as if this is just gift from God, but I don't like it, or I'm not that much attracted to it. It's all lies being projected. You don't need to live that kind of life, and you don't have to worry about the material stuff, or you don't have to even deny the material stuff. It's all manipulation. Spiritual world and spiritual growth, it will manifest into your physical world directly. That's why I keep saying confidently how wealthy, powerful, and rich I will be when the world finally sees me. Because spiritually I am at the highest, which means materially I am also going to be on the highest on all levels, not just in the money. Because blessings come from spirit to the physical world. And this is another. So these are the illusions this world creates, the evil spirits create around you to deceive you into not going into this journey, going inwards and quitting certain stuff, or taking the risk of going towards God that is inside, the truth, the journey of the truth, the journey of who you are, the identity, the power, the soul, the real life that is there. Okay, in order to discourage that, they do all this, to put a lot of fear around it, because there's a lot of lack of knowledge or misinterpretation of that knowledge to project it a certain way has been going around. But I'm here to tell you, this message is for that. God will provide for you. In fact, surviving in the material world when it comes to the money aspects will not be your primary concern at all. He will provide for you. When I say provide for you, you won't starve. No. is going to make sure of that. It will depend on your karma and all that. I'm saying that because I was at the highest even when I was born. But I know this for sure, that if you do it rightly and if you're in the morality path and you really have the guts to give up on things, people, jobs, situations, people, relationships, and everything and anything that is not right for you, irrespective of how difficult it sounds, when the God within you tells you, step away from it or quit it or move away from it or leave it, you take the chance to leave it without worrying about the physical aspects. It is going to be difficult. Pain will always be there. Pain is a process. It's a continuous process in this world until you elevate to a certain point. And even after that, there's going to be some, but it's just pain factor will reduce, and you will also learn how to manage what happens around you and how it affects you. Okay, so the pain, difficulties, challenges will be there. It won't be easy at all, but you won't have to worry about starving to death. That kind of fear this world puts in you, which is a lie, downright lie. Because you cannot improve the quality of your life and material life in the physical world without improving your spiritual and soul level. Without improving your spiritual currency, you will not be able to elevate and increase the quality of your life in the physical material world at all. It's not about the job, it's not about the looks, it's not about what happens in the physical world. It's about how much work you are doing on the inside, which will become a reflection of, because then you keep burning karma and doing the right things, okay, going the right path, which will increase certain aspects in your and soul level. Maturity will come. You will go through more pain, but you will also burn away some karma and burn away some things that are supposed to be, traumas, and healing, and a lot of purging will happen. It's called purging. So a lot of purging will happen, and in the process you will grow a lot on a soul level, which will increase the quality of your life in your material world, in your physical world, whichever area it is. There's so many things in the physical world, but you will not starve to death just because you took a chance to go on a spiritual journey, and just because the voice inside of you, the strong, real truth. There's going to be a lot of deceiving voices. I already talked about it in other videos. But you listen to the truth of the voice of God that comes from heart, and you follow the right path and morality and everything, you will never starve. You will never starve to death. That is for sure. That is for sure. This is another aspect which my dear enemies did not know and realize. They thought we keep her in stuck jobs or make it downright toxic that she won't be able to earn a living for herself. She will be stuck where we want her to be stuck. She won't be able to afford a life. She won't be able to do certain things. She won't be able to go around and socialize, or people can't see her, so that she won't get the support she deserves. People cannot see her value, because then she would actually grow. If someone invests and supports in her, she would grow exponentially, because she has that capacity in her since birth. God has blessed her like that. Her soul is at that level. So they kept so much effort in putting me in places which are toxic and complicated and dangerous, and so I would be kept small. And major target was always about career, because if she earns enough money and leaves us, people will realize that we are the problem and not she. Number one, because the lies and narratives they were spreading around me should match up to my future. If they kept saying I'm a loser, I have to look like a loser, right? So that's how it is. So I have to fit the narrative, and I have to fit whatever goals they were planning for my life. Okay, ruin, death, and destruction. So I have to look like that. One thing is, if they were pointing to me and say she is the only problem in our life, we are bearing her, but papa, like that. So if I leave, make a career out of myself, and have enough money to free myself from them and leave, they would be exposed. If they get exposed, people will finally see that they were always the problem. They were the deranged ones, and I am the only good one in the middle of all this nastiness. That narrative would fall apart. That was one thing. Stealing and ruining my life and killing and taking away my money, gifts, inheritance, my house, land, properties, everything that was in my name was one thing. For the narrative to keep intact was one thing, was another thing. and also to prevent me from growing further in my life. So somebody might actually see me for who I am, see my worth, see my real skills, real character, and may appreciate, nurture, protect, provide, take care of, encourage, support, and help me grow further. If she can do all of this on her own, this, and if some support, real support comes, oh wow, it will shatter all the lies we've been building for so long with so much care. Wherever she goes, however she goes, she will think she's walking and she's surrounded by wolves and lies everywhere. We did it so carefully, so with so much commitment for so long. So this is what they were doing, and they counted on she would be a loser because ultimately for money she would come to us. Ultimately for money and basic survival, which is already bare minimum. I already told you about how they treated me, how small my needs were kept. Even for those, she will come for us. And then we will show her she's a loser. We'll treat her so badly that she can't even come to us for money. And after a while, she will be so tired of us treating her that way, and she can't go out and make money. She would either sell herself, which we want, because we told the whole world she's a prostitute. Because if all avenues are closed off and no way of making real money every way of making real money, is taken away from her, despite her qualifications, talent, intelligence, everything, the only way she would be left to is to go that path. We will make her go that path. That's one thing they thought. She would come to us and beg, and then we'll treat her so badly she will either go down that path or she might run away like other victims did. All past victims did. Then it's easier for us. We'll kidnap and we'll sex traffic her, and whatever we are planning for her will be easy. She'll be homeless on the roads and she will be a nobody and nothing, and nobody will care. Because everybody who ever knew her is treating her so horribly, and all of it with one common goal, to end her life permanently. And nobody outside this circle should see her, because if they see her worth, we are doomed and it can't happen. And ultimately she won't have real money, real access to finances, real access to real world, or anything to do in this real world. That she would be sitting like a loser and a bum, and then we can tell everybody whatever stories we want to tell. We can continue doing all this until she sells herself, or compromises, or leaves, runs away, or kills herself. Suicide spells and suicide magic and all that. So we have our own avenues to do that. We've done it to so many people. So some way it will always end up making her look like the loser, the beggar, the nobody, and the nothing. And the best way to do it is take away her ability to make finances. Again, they succeeded in doing it to all the previous victims, because on some level they did not maintain their purity, and God couldn't fully save them. There was only little bit of time where I was in a position to ask them for some money here and there. The funniest thing is they were the ones stealing my money, and yet whenever I go for something to ask for them, it was always mistreatment. As if I am stealing from them, or as if I am taking away something that's there, as if I am a bum, a loser who is going to them for favors and handouts. The very little time that God did it to show me their intentions and their evilness, like very clearly. I saw it ever since I was a child. There was something in me, maybe hoping that there would be a different behavior from them. So God wanted to teach me, no, it won't be different. Watch this. Yeah. So God showed me in that little bit of time where I really wanted to ask something from anybody. All of them mistreated me so badly, so poorly, so disgusting, so disrespectful. And then God was like, okay, and then I was like, okay, no, I won't do this. I won't do this to myself. This is unacceptable. And some way, shape or form, enough money was always there with me. Enough money. They try to ruin it. They try to even access my bank accounts and do a lot of stuff. But God never put me in that position where I have to ask them and where they have to misbehave with me like that. Just for the sake of. Never put me in that position. Even in the last more than a couple of years, when they saw me that even after all these years, even after she was made to quit so many things, how does she manage to not beg or ask or come to us like a loser? Because we want to feed our ego when she does it. We want to feel like that. We want to mistreat her so badly, as if other harassments were happening. I already told you. But no, they wanted that to happen so they can get an opportunity to hurt me again, mistreat me, disrespect me, put me down. Because that would be a very important way to think, because it's a basic thing in the physical world. But God never put me in that place. He made me ask very confidently. If I really wanted something, He made me ask very firmly and confidently, because it was mine. They were the ones stealing and depriving me of it. God was like, ask them confidently. If you really want something, ask. Ask in such a way that they know that you know and they cannot mistreat you. And even if they do, you treat them like you walk away without taking it personally, because it's not personal, it's who they are. It doesn't have to be, it's not a reflection of who you are. And He put me in those positions where I can do it with that confident authority, because it's mine in the first place. And number two, He put me in places where I don't even have to do. If I don't want to do, I don't even have to do that. He has always given me enough that I don't have to do that. And I won't. So that would not be a real concern at all. He won't make you starve to death. It's the devil, it's the evil spirits that will tell you lies and that will harm you or put you in a compromising situation and say, you have to do this, this is the only way to make money, because see, otherwise you won't have money if you're on a spiritual journey. All this lies and bullshit, no. God is always gonna come through in some way, shape or form. You wouldn't even know, you wouldn't even expect, you wouldn't even know how it is working out. Really, you wouldn't even know until it works out, and then you look back and like, oh, I did not see that one coming. You would not have seen it coming. No. But God will make through. He will provide for you. He will not put you in that place when you're going that journey with that commitment to willing to be that better person. Your intentions are clean and pure and you are doing it the right way. And despite all the lies the world tells you and sells you on how horribly people around you wants to treat you, don't believe it and don't take shit from anybody. You don't have to take shit from anybody. It's their shit. Give it back to them royally and keep moving forward and tell God, no, I don't want to be treated like this just for the sake of my basic needs. Tell me how I do it better. No matter how hard it is, it doesn't matter. I'll go down the right path. So I don't have to be put in this position ever. And He will come through. He will come through. Like I said, you will not. These are the little miracles most of the people won't find. If they are not looking, they won't be able to find and appreciate. Because like I said, until it comes through, you won't see it coming. You won't see it. You will only see it back and realize, wow, I did not even know that there was a possibility for me to get through this situation, and I didn't have to worry about the basic needs, and I was worried that I might be put in a very compromising position that for that particular need or very grave need, okay, grave necessity or something. And you have to be so unwilling to compromise, that is for sure. For that even to happen, you have to be unwilling to compromise when it comes to your morality and heart, that's for sure. Okay, and He will come through. He will come through in so many miraculous ways you wouldn't even know until it happens, but it will happen. Okay, this confidence and this encouragement, I know a lot of people need it, and I just realized that was a major aspect of my journey. I thought that was heavily targeted and heavily affected. was wrong, it was unfair, and yet I was put in those positions. But God saw the will in me that I will not let anybody treat me like that. At the same time, I won't compromise. No compromising situations also came my way because they are the ones orchestrating events in your life, right? So they'll make you think like, go down this path, compromise, make a mistake. Don't. I'm telling you, if your gut feeling, if your conscience, if your intuition says no, no matter how it looks on the surface, don't. They will send you such things and people and situations your way, especially when you're down, when you're weak, when you're struggling, when you don't know what to do next, when your money is low, and you can't ask anybody because you already know how they're gonna treat you, and you don't know within your power as a human, you've done your best, and you don't know how you're gonna get through it. And they will tell you have to compromise, and you will tell yourself and God, no, I won't, believe me. And if that means starving for a little bit, be okay with it. If that means struggling a little bit more, be okay with it. Be okay with it, yes. Because the price, if you do the wrong thing, would be too high and you wouldn't know. So don't. It's not even worth it. Never. But they will put you in those situations. Oh, no doubt about it. They've already been putting those kind of people in those kind of situations a lot. And the justification they give themselves is that I was in dire need of something. Don't. No, it's never worth it. Never. But they will put you in those situations, and then they will come send you certain crooked people and dirty offers your way and make it seem like you have to accept because you see you are at the lowest. At this point, anything is alright. No, don't. Because they are the ones who have been targeting your finances, your quality of life, your material standards, your properties, your stability and security in the physical world, in the financial world, in the material world. So they will come to you with those kind of things, but don't. They will keep you low for their own reasons. And I've already told you. And they did this to me also. And what they did not see coming is that God is going to provide me somewhere where I don't have to be put in that kind of position, and where I will not compromise, will not give up, will not fall short when it comes to the conscience and morality and dignity and my higher thinking, and even in those times to not do anything wrong. No matter how difficult or painful or pinching the situation is. So this is one thing you won't see coming and they won't see coming, because my enemies did not see coming. They are still surprised. How is she able to? We thought she would come begging and we will mistreat her or throw on the streets or do whatever horrible plans they had for me. Kidnap her, traffic her, murder her, rape her. And then tell the whole world she's a loser, she's a bum, she's a criminal, she's a fraud, she's a prostitute. And God always came through. Always. And you will not know, and it's okay. Your journey is to keep yourself in a dignified place all the time. All the time. That's why it has to be full of determination and respect for yourself, and which will reflect as faith in God, you see. Because if you see, even in those lowest times, you're determined to do the right thing and not the wrong thing. You are determined to stick to the right path and not go down the wrong path, or not take the temptations and seductions and easy ways or easy handouts. At that time, some people will offer you dirty money for handouts. Your intuition will tell you whether to even take that handout or not. or maybe there is a dirty offer and all that. So despite all that, for you to have the determination and commitment to say, no, I won't go down that path, I will not compromise, I will not do the wrong thing, I will not do something that my heart, my soul, my intuition, my gut is telling no, is a no. And when you do that, God will see, because it's a direct reflection of faith. Like I said, you don't see any way out. You have been pushed to a corner. In a human level, you've done your best, okay? You've done your best. And then you feel like you're stuck in a corner, and there is the devil telling you, now you have to compromise. You see, you're locked up in a corner. You see. And that's why it comes to a point of faith in God, because even in that point, even in that blind spot when you don't see any other way out of that tricky situation, there is still a choice. Fork in the road. The devil tempting you with something else when you are in desperation or need, extreme need, you or your family or children, whoever, whatever it is. And then the God tests your faith. How determined are you in doing the right thing, irrespective of the situation? That's why there is never a justification for doing a wrong thing. And when you do the right thing, there is no justification needed at all. See that? That is why justification always equals a wrongdoing automatically, because they want to cover up for themselves. A right thing never has to stand there and justify. It's just, even if it tells, it tells truth, to explain, to expose. It's not justifying. Justification is always a clear indication that something wrong has been committed, but it needs covering up. So, are you justifying it? The wrongdoing by saying, I'm in the corner or whatever, I'm stuck in a corner, I've done my best. That becomes your moment of testing the faith. Or are you going to be tempted by devil? Are you going to give in to the pressure, the desperation, the dire need? Or are you going to still wait and pull yourself together despite how hard it is? Because that moment is your test of faith moment. And when you refuse to fall for the trap, when you refuse to the temptation, when you still stick to the truth that some way will open up for me, even though I've tried my best on a human level. And when God is satisfied with you, you will miraculously, magically, He will bring you out. He will find a way to get you out, because that's His moment. That is His moment. Because you see, as a human, you tried your best. You've given your best. You didn't give up easily. You didn't find for shortcuts. After 1 or 2 tries, you really did your best and tried everything, and then you were pushed into a corner. And for you to trust in that moment, no matter what, I won't compromise and I will do the right thing, I am determined to continue down this path, is your moment of faith, because then God will open up a way for you. Because you have done your best. You are limited. That's why you are human. You are limited. And then God will find a way for you and you will get out of it. How you get out of it will be His own manifestation and His own machination and what kind of situation you are in and everything. But it will be His magical moment, His miracle. And that is the way He rewards you. Initially, when you're growing, that's why the commitment to path has to be that strong. Because in that moment, when you feel totally locked into a corner, is when it's the most important moment. Because you have run out of options, but not God. Not God. So when you keep doing what you're doing, irrespective of how cornered you are, is when the doorways will open magically and you won't even know. And you don't have to think like, oh, I did not see that coming, because you won't see it coming. That's the whole point. And that is why there's this faith. And it's not just about faith in God, you see. It's about sticking to the right path and the determination and commitment to do the right thing. And no matter, and it is irrespective of how much wrong is going on around you. It doesn't matter. It has to be doing right by you, and which will automatically equal doing right by God. And that's when something new will happen and you will get out of the situation. And that will keep happening. And you have to Stick to the path unapologetically and with the determination, unwavering, uncompromising, strong. That's commitment. That's the only commitment God will accept. And because that's the only commitment that will keep your soul clean, and it will keep cleaning, keep burning the karma. And that's the only way out of this muck. Yeah. So keep doing it, and the physical needs, especially when you're on the path, it's a nothing. It's nothing. For God to provide for you in the material world when you're on the journey, when you're going through difficulties, is nothing. For you to go through it and fully make it out of it and finish it and then see the full rewards of it, then you will see why God made you go through all those things and why you have to go through all those things. And now you can freely experience the full rewards of what it was, what the journey was about. But these moments of faith, the moments of the pushing to the corner will keep coming. But that's not an excuse to compromise. That's the thing. So don't even worry about the physical needs and the survival things. It's nothing for God. For you to be spiritually rich and soulfully rich is what God wants, because then the blessings would be like you won't even imagine. It will be that big. But you are not doing it for that rewards, because the path itself will keep you clean. Your intentions are not about the rewards. Your intentions are about growing and moving forward and cleaning this karma up and freeing yourself from all sorts of debt that is holding you back, that is making the devil play games with you. Because once you make it out, your life will be so grand and you don't even know. But it is grand because your soul has evolved in such a way. It paid its debt. The spirit has evolved in such a way that it holds that much value. And only then that kind of value will also reflect in your physical world. It's a direct reflection. It's not opposite. Solely spiritually rich or also materially, physically rich. Be pure and simple. And don't let anyone tell you lies. Otherwise, any other stories other than this. And don't even bother about providing for the basic needs and safety. God won't make you go into those kind of situations like that. He will put you there to test you, yes, that's for sure. But it will be your job to keep yourself on that path, the right path. And you have to keep going. No rewards will be big enough. It will always about opening up a new way, so you move forward. Opening up a new way, so you move forward. But these are very important moments, because there was no option left. The devil was ready to snatch you into the dark. And you did not. You did not budge. You did not fold. You did not back off. You did not question. You may have humanly doubts and all else, but you still chose to travel the right path, do the morally right thing, dignified thing, upright thing, clean thing. That will be your moment of faith. And that will be the moment of God. And you will decide whether it will be a moment of God or devil. But if it is a moment of God, you will miraculously be out of it. Be grateful for it. Because those kind of things will happen a lot. But those were all moments of faith. He will never ask you to compromise. Because there is no excuse for compromise. So keep moving forward, and these basic things are very small things. God's going to take care of them. But it's your job to take care of the journey, the cleanliness of purity of the path and soul, the mind. That's body. It will be up to you. Purity on all levels. And you have to keep moving forward.